You?
Yeah.
All right, we good to go? Perfect. So, always one of my favorite things of all time. We've got the competition coming up. This has been so exciting the last couple of times we've done this. Everybody gets so into it. We got people calling on a weekly basis. Where are we at? What can I do? And we've got all of those answers for you as well today. So we're very excited. We're getting into that spring, summertime. We're past all those holidays getting in the way of us and our efforts to get out and talk to people. So we're ready to turn things on full blast. So could not be more excited about all of this. But before we get into all of that, I wanted to go into what we're going to be updating on. Perfect. So we've got changes to our webinar structure. What we're doing here is always looking for ways to maximize the value for you guys as dealers. We've got constant conversations and meetings about what can we do next? How can we provide more value? When we get into that, we basically now have podcasts. We've got Money Mondays. We've got all these different areas where we're constantly pumping out more and more information and ways to benefit you, to educate, to help with you guys along with this journey. Everybody's in different areas in their journey, so it's always difficult for us to find a way to publicly bring both the spectrums in, whether it's on the long term, the brand new people as well. So we've broken things up. And what we're going to be doing moving forward to test out this system is changing webinars into a workshop. So when I say that, we're going to be deep diving into particular products. They're going to have very specific themes and they're going to be playing off of each other as well. So we're going to be including a workshop questionnaire piece so that we can focus on the right educational pieces as we're going through and work together as we continuously drive forward growth, making sure that we're getting all of the information to you guys in the easiest, most absorbable place to do so. So we're going to be doing workshops with worksheets. Now we'll be doing this on the first and third Thursday, so every other week except for those pesky 5 week months. So we're going to be doing this first and third Thursday that are now going to be the workshops. Now, when I say that, the first one of every month is going to be product focused. It's going to be about the services. It's going to be deep diving into everything that we have. And then we're going to be including that into bundles, into concepts, into where products are headed into the future and how you can best prepare to be the dominant force in your area. So it's going to be deep diving into those topics and products. We're going to skip that next week. That next week will be filled with webinar, or I'm sorry, not webinars, but podcasts and other information that we're going to be pumping out as well. So there's never a week where you don't have something to consume to grow your knowledge base. But that next one will be sales and growth focused. It'll all be about how to grow, how to maximize your sales potential, how to make sure that you know exactly how to apply those products and services in the most productive way. And we're going to have our hosts rotating through and making sure we're keeping things fresh for you guys. So there's always a value in every single time that you join. Now, we're also going to be experiencing something new of these breakout rooms as part of these workout workshops. So you're going to be going along with a questionnaire with us. We're going to be answering and following along with those. And then at the very end, we're going to open that up to a question and answer forum, but it's going to break off into these small groups based off of what you want to learn more of. And we're going to deep dive even further for people who want to take that extra time while letting everyone else who feels comfortable with the topic move on and join us on the next webinar as well, which are now a workshop. Now, we went over all of that. We understand a little bit about the workshop and the flow of how we're going to be doing things. Now, what we want to do is look a little bit back. Nick, are you with me? I saw you in there.
Hi, Sean. I'm here.
There you are. So, Nick, we wanted to go ahead and just tip the cap. I don't have mine on. I should have joined you, but just wanted to say congratulations again on everything. And you were on fire last time. So, just wanted to hear a little bit from you on what was the secret to the sauce. How did you get you and your team motivated? How did you come out with a win? You were neck and neck some of those weeks on some of these competitions, and you always found a way to get a new sale driving towards that growth. And you've got some stiff competition this time around, but we just want to hear what it was the secret. What do you feel like helped you propel to that victory?
Yeah, I can talk through that. Number one, it's just the buy-in, and it's buy-in from everybody. So the sales team was bought into the competition. They were excited about it. The communication you guys had with rolling it out, but then also with the help along the way, I think it got our sales team even more engaged. and I think they were focused on getting the sales in general, but they focused on the products that counted in the sales competition. Didn't mean that we left others out there, just that they were focusing on how to best approach that sale and how to best use the products and the training you guys were going over on the webinars. So I mean, I'd credit them number one for just the buy-in, and then after that, yeah, we had, just like anything else, you're focused and you're pretty good at something, but then you have a little bit of luck there along the way, and so I think we had even towards the end, we had a couple of counts come in a little bit quicker than we thought they would. Um, but yeah, I would say outside of that secret sauce, it's every week that we come on here and we talk to your team or your team's discussing either you guys or Ron or the special guest, learning from that. And then I mean I'll just give you another example. We talked to Mark separately last week on one of our team calls just to follow up on one of these webinars. He was gracious enough to to spend some time with us. Um, Went through the materials. I think that level of help from you guys and that engagement and what you're showing here on the next steps as far as how you're gonna train and use the webinars, I think that makes a difference. So we took it seriously and we did it. Looking forward to this one. Hopefully we'll still do pretty well on this one as well.
Well, all eyes are on you now. Now they're coming for you. So I always appreciate that, Nick. And you're such a pleasure to work with. You and your team. You're just a great group of just individuals. We love working with you, and we just find we're really happy to hear that there's value in some of these things that we're putting together. It's always questionable on what's going to hit right, what's going to be the most valuable topic. How can we help people accelerate? Even meeting with people one on one, like you did with Mark and with others so that you can explore things deeper. I know you work with Francesca and Mary a lot and they have nothing but great things about saying working with you guys' team and how you guys can generate new ideas and play off of each other. So we appreciate everything that you do with us as well to help us get better. And as far as winning the competition, we sent Jeff with a basket of pies out there to see you. How was that? How was that experience? Did it help generate a little bit of growth for you?
Yeah, that was great. And I should just go back to what you were saying. The ability for us to use the Encompass resources on sales calls and then potential sales calls is also critical. So you're right, Francesca and Marielle, and I normally give them their names first. So I'm sorry I didn't do that this time, but they are the real reason, both Marielle and Francesca. Um, that us being able to schedule out those prospective sales calls and then the follow-ups on that also helps our close rate. I wouldn't say that we're fully trained even ourselves on every single product and every aspect. Sean, you've been on calls that have been highly technical, and we needed you. Mark has been on calls with us. Francesca is almost on all of the prospective ones, and then having Marielli as a a resource on just being able to get our indoor program together. It's very helpful. Um, as far as Jeff goes, but I'll say this out loud, like we wanted Jeff. So that's another reason why we wanted to win so bad is we wanted Jeff to come out and visit us and go into the territory. This will make, I think Jeff's been 3 times now. So I've worked with
Four,
Jeff 3 times total.
four.
Um, 4. Sorry, Jeff. Sorry. Okay. Um, we Jeff and I have a great rapport and we work well together, but Jeff is also very easy and very malleable for any of our type of sales folks that we have out in the field. So I think that's kind of a secret sauce that we have as far as being able to work with him is Jeff Jeff really is able to kind of maneuver and bend and stretch on the way and work with us and work with the different type of sales folks that we have. And it's just worked out really well in each of our territories.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, applause for Jeff. He's been here, God, since the inception of the company. The man is a wealth of knowledge, but he is a specific, just so good at what he does of going out there. He is the master of hosts. And so it's why we found him to be the first place prize, right? We were just like, I don't know what else we could give away that has more valuable, more value than 10 years of, of experience that we can send out. And so we're so glad to hear that there was a true value that you got from the competition, not only out of the sales and the energy and the resources, but also the competition resulted in being able to have a prize that really had some value for you as well. I know in the past we tried to give away vacations to Hawaii and TVs and cameras, and everyone always just traded it for Jeff and pies. So we didn't end up going in the right direction with all of that. But Nick, thank you so much for taking the time to speak today. We're so excited to see what you do this time around.
You.
All right, Mark Muma.
I mean, let's go. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. I'm pumped. This is the competition. This is the energy that we need. This is what gets everybody out there. I think as salespeople, it's
I need
competition. It gets
this.
you in
I
your
need
blood, right? You
competitions.
got to
Yeah.
win.
No, I love that we do this, and I can't wait to see the dogs that come out of this, the people that actually want to work for that 3 months that are going to go to the very last day. Right. I'm really excited. So, Sean, with this competition, you're telling me there's 3 ways to win?
It's three ways to win now. We just keep giving away
Oh,
more and more. It's getting out of
let's
hand.
go.
So the first one is that install competition. So that's where we get in there and we start to drive that growth, right? We want to dominate our areas. We want to build our zones. We want to get the most that we can to make sure that it gets easier and easier for us as we grow.
Yeah, that Fred Davis, right? Where your screens are working for you. You're getting your network's so big that you're just getting leads on leads on leads. That Fred Davis method, I love it. All right, what's
And
the
Joel
DMS bundle?
constantly talks all the time about it. He just gets text every day. You hit that level, it just gets easier and easier, obviously responsibly, but it is so exciting for this part. We love seeing the growth. We love seeing people fill those zones out. So the next one is going to be that DMS bundle competition. So this is where we maximize the value of every relationship that you have, every sale. You guys have heard me all year long. 2025 is the year of bundles. It's what we've seen through the data. It's about making sure that every relationship you have, you've got a little bit more revenue coming in, and you also get a stickier, more effective product for your clients as well that we know will result in that reoccurring revenue over and over again. Every analytics piece that we have out there is saying when you bundle, you save. You end up getting more and more of your clients to stick with you, to see the value. They play off of each other. And we've gone through those time and time again. We've got materials, we've got everything that we can possibly do. We are going to be working on ways that you can work with us as a team to discuss them, to sell them, to make sure that we understand the value so that you can maximize every single relationship you have with these bundles.
Now, Sean, what's this workshop raffle? What's
So
this?
we just talked about the workshops, right? I'm so excited about it. We've been sitting here and planning these and trying to figure out how do we coordinate all of them together? How do they play off of each other? How do we make them as valuable for the people who are joining us and spending the time with us as absolutely possible? So, in order to increase that value just a little bit further, we're opening up a raffle for the workshops. So, if you go there and you fill out that webinar or that workshop list with us, and you're engaged with us, you're filling it out. Every entry that you do, so every one that you join and you fill out, is another entry into the raffle. So we've got 3 months of this going on. It starts on April 1st. During those 3 months, we'll have 6 workshops. And if you're joining us and you're filling it out, that's 6 times that you can enter into the raffle to win 10 more pies.
I love it. I love it. I love it. We're going to get some winners, 11 total winners. I think the most that we did last year was what, six? Three winners
Yeah,
for each
we were
side?
doing 3 on each side, but we're getting more and more people that are taking part in these, and we want everyone to have a chance to be able to win. And so we're giving more and more opportunities to win. So we've got 5 on the install, we've got 5 on the DMS. You can win on both of those competitions simultaneously, and there's more and more ways for everyone to get involved.
Let's go, baby. I'm hyped. All right.
I
Next
know.
slide. So, Sean, what is this screen competition? How does it work? How does it break down?
So people who've been with us for a little bit will recognize this. Each host installed is going to be 1,000 points. Nice, easy round number. Don't have to do too much math, right? You've got each host you install, it's 1,000 points coming at you.
Mm.
Workshop attendance. So once again, these workshops, now you're getting 500 points in the competition every time you come in and fill out the worksheet with us, and it's entering you into the raffle. So you've got raffle attendance, being able to get those double down points where now you're in the raffle and you're getting points towards the competition. But install is the name of the game. Get out there, grow those areas, get more units up, dominate your zones in your area.
So Sean, if I go out and I put three screens in one location, is that 3 point or 3,000 points or just 1,000 points?
At 3,000, every screen you install is another chance for you to get more points. And of course, it's
Um,
great for your numbers, right? Every time you're able to get multiple screens into a location, you are doubling the amount of impressions that you can fly. You're doubling the amount of ad plays. You're doubling the amount of saturation that you have.
let's go. Let's
All
go.
right.
All right, Sean, what is this DMS bundle competition? How does that break down?
All right, it's a little bit similar to what we've done in the past, right? You've got your GBP bundles, you got your social media bundles. You guys have heard me talk about these till I'm blue in the face, right? Because we've seen the success that it drives in your guys' areas and the way that it makes these products sticky, the way they play off of each other. When you're talking about the GBPs and the screens, it's just like ebony and ivory, right? You're sitting there and you're looking on the screen. The next thing you're going to do, look them up online. You're right there. You've dominated it. Same thing with the social media. We just had this webinar a little while before. It's all about how do I get the screens to talk about follow me on social media. You're using the powerful differentiator you have in these screens to drive traffic, drive followers to their social media that's pristine because we've got a team who's taking care of it and taking it to the next level. The website bundle is a little TBD, right? It's we've talked about it a little bit, but next week's workshop is going to be about the website bundle. How do you sell that website and then maximize the rest of the value afterwards using those screens to now drive traffic to your website. It's sensical. You've just finished it up. What's the one thing you need on your new website? You need traffic. You need people to know about it. So we're going to be utilizing that. We're also going to be going over a little bit about some local service area pages and what that means. But now that we've got a workshop, we're going to go deep into some of this stuff. We're going to take it to the next level. We're going to be talking about SERPs. We're going to be talking about SEO. We're going to be talking about technical. We're going to be going into deep diving into that next time. But then we're going to go into the lead gen bundle, right? Those are the people who are number ROI obsessed, lead gen obsessed. You got your roofers, your plumbers, your electricians. These people who are saying, I want to do some little bit of some foundation. I want to get into branding and awareness. But what I care about more than anything is what is that money coming back to me in sales every single month? There are different people who fall across this. That's why we take a consultative approach to every sale. But if you find this opportunity, you get points because now you're going to combine that social media advertising, that pay per click with the screens. You're now dominating. They're seeing you everywhere. They go to the gym, they go to the restaurant, everywhere they just keep popping up your name, and you're cross referencing that with the data of sales that it's driving every single month. Very powerful as well. And of course, we are here to support you all the way across this with the other Mark, who is
Okay.
going to help support you in this to make sure that he's there to explain anything that you may not feel comfortable with or just show a force. You're bigger than life. You've got a team. You've got people who can come and help you through those sales pieces. So every one of those that you schedule with the team, 250 points towards this as well.
So Sean, I want to make sure that this is fair, right? I don't want to work so hard and then just someone cheats. So can you break down those rules for me? How does
Course,
that
we're
work?
always trying to be vigilant, right? The most fun about competition is that it's a true competition. And so these rules must have a new sale that includes the product and the screen. So it has to be a new sale that you're producing starting on April 1st that includes the product and the screen together in a bundle. You must have a minimum of 7,500 ad plays to qualify. So you can't just go stick it on the screen in some corner somewhere of your worst location and not be providing true value to your clients. We want this to be a fair thing that is also great for your business and for your clients. We want real results to drive from this, and we want these things to be sticky. So we want real value. Now, what you cannot do is add a screen to an existing DMS client to avoid that unfair advantage. We have a lot of dealers out here, they've got 30 GBP clients. So you can't just go and slap their ad across the screens with them involved or not across those 30 clients. And now all of a sudden you have 30,000 points because you started in third base in this competition and you just started adding screens to things that already existed. We want there to be fair. The whole point is that if you're new and you're getting into this, you've been around for years, you all have as level of a playing field as you can, where anyone can go out and sell these bundles. Anyone can start from home plate and make sure that we're in a similar situation. Now, you can add DMS to screens that require a new sale. So you can have someone who's already on the screens and you sell them on an additional 7,500 ad plays with the bundle in of the DMS product because that still requires you to go out and make a sale, right? It still requires you to go and help that client expand their reach with more ad plays and you're having to do a sale. So you can't just go and throw that together like you can with the screens where you can just slap it on there on pre-existing clients. So we felt that this was the fairest way to make sure that everyone has a chance to compete honestly and fairly so that we can all have a good time.
Right, all right, all right. So, Sean, I think, yeah, how do we win?
All right, the prizes. So, what everybody's been waiting for and what we just talked about, we want to drive as much value as possible. In the past, we came up with all kinds of different things from swag to vacations, everything in between. Everyone kept wanting pies. Everybody just kept coming back and saying, "How much can can I trade this for pies?" Nobody's going on vacation. I guess you guys just want to work too hard. So we're gonna give you what you want, right? It's all about the pie. So the first place, Jeff comes out to land new hosts. We just heard from Nick is obviously that's the most valuable thing that we can give, right? Is someone with a decade of experience to help coach, to help walk you through, to make sure that you're growing in the ways that you'd like to. Now, with that being said, there's two ways to win this. This is for both sides. So this is the same prizes that you win if you're over there on the install competition or if you're over on the DMS bundle competition. They're the same prizes throughout. So if you want Jeff to come out twice, we'd be more than happy to have him come out staggered in different areas. Or if you want, we'll trade that to the equivalent value of pies. So he comes out there with his basket and he's ready to start throwing pies everywhere. That is going to be the most valuable thing that we can think to produce for you guys and it's what you guys have told us that you wanted. Now, second place, you go into 20 pies, third place 15, 10, 5. So we've expanded the amount of opportunities that everyone has to win. Obviously, there is never any wasted energy or effort because everything that you're doing in this competition will drive your growth, will drive your revenue, will bring you to that next level of your own particular dealership. But as well as you can also win ways for you to save in the future as you continue to grow. Now, we don't just ship these out to you immediately and have any sort of confusion around when you're moving forward with those. We'll keep them as credits for you. So as you're developing and as you're growing, we're going to send them out to you. Now, we want that to be as quickly as possible, but everybody's in a growth mode and we're going to send those out as needed.
I
All
like it. I
right.
like it. I'm excited. I'm excited to see who's gonna win multiple pies.
Well, I
Now,
know
with
you're
this,
excited, Mark. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because we obviously can't have you competing quite as
yeah,
much, but we always keep track of your points because he's neck and neck with you guys. Sometimes he's got better months, and most of the time he's right there with that first place. And so we're internally got our own pool going and our own thing because Mark deserves to compete with everybody else. He's out here busting his butt like
oh yeah,
anybody.
we're
And so I know
competing.
you're pumped.
Yeah, we're Kristen, myself, and Ryan are gonna go out at all of you guys, and we're gonna try to get first place for both sides of the competition. So we're excited here in the Denver network. Now, what I'm really excited about is how client services, what they put together to make sure that everyone is successful. For that person that just came in, has 1 month into the business, to the people that have been here for multiple years. So, Quinn, what are some of the updates? What are the resources that you got for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So, number one is going to be some sale made form updates. So, we do have some check boxes that we've added to the sale made form for you guys to let us know what is bundled and what is not bundled. So, there is a check mark to say this is bundled with the screens. Again, that has to be a minimum of 7,500 ad plays that is bundled with your digital marketing services. And there are some other things in the knowledge base that we've added as well, including some new materials. There are so many materials on our DMS section for you to sell bundles. So just naming a couple off that are under the sales and marketing materials, we have now have a DMS video that is highlights of multiple digital marketing services. There is a video that focuses just on the foundational products. So for some of those smaller businesses, there's a video that talks about lead gen and even a video that talks about brand elevation. But overall, there are quite a few different changes in the knowledge base that we've made specifically to that digital marketing services section. And our goal is to make it as self-serving as possible for you. So a lot of those marketing materials, you can add in your information to our form and get those made within just a couple of days for your business. And then we also have, of course, client services, sales training. So Mary Ellie and myself, we lead our sales training. We've made quite a few enhancements to that over the last 12 months. We have an entire section that focuses on bundles. And so if you would like any type of sales, if you would like sales training in general, or even would like some type of refresher and to strategize a little bit, we would be happy to hop on with you. And the same goes for Claire and Francesca's trainings. If you have not been on a DMS training with Claire and Francesca, you are missing out big time. Both of them are going to go through identifying prospects from your individual network, but on top of that, different strategies to sell all of these different industries. Then we also have previous webinar recordings. All of our webinars that we do now have been recorded and uploaded to our YouTube pages. You can also find that in the knowledge base. And then Money Mondays. Money Mondays, we have gotten overwhelming positive reviews about this Monday session that Mark, as well as client services, is holding every Monday. They're reading sales books together. They're going through success stories, trials and tribulations, and brainstorming as a group on ways to get over those things and to push through. So overall, I think that these small webinars, you'll see more and more come up this year of small groups where we can have more focused sessions and a little bit more customized to each group. And then also we have monthly podcasts. We have reinstated our monthly podcasts, and so you can find that under NTV 360 on Spotify. You can find it on YouTube, Apple, pretty much anywhere that they allow podcasts. But overall, we're going to continue to push out even more resources every single month to help our dealers. So these are just some of our most recent changes and additions that we've made. I would definitely go scouring through the DMS section in the knowledge base to see all of these new tools that we've provided.
All right. And I mean, I can't say enough good things about some of these Money Mondays, some of these areas and support. I honestly don't know any other company that I've ever worked with in conjunction with anywhere that provides this level of support. I mean, Mark's got us reading books, he's got us in the right mentality. You guys in client services are just hitting us week after week with tidbits of knowledge and ways that we can get better. It's a whole sales training. I mean, there are companies that charge tens of thousands of dollars to walk you through how to get access to some of these and to move you forward in that way. And it's just unbelievable that Mark is and the team and client services, Quinn and Mary Ellie and everyone else there is spending this kind of time and investment when we already know they have plenty on their plate in between to make sure that you guys have access to the most update material to get that hype, to feel that energy, right? And that's what this competition is all about. And that's what, entrepreneurship is about. It's about that energy. It's about that focus. It's about being laser focused on one thing and finding a way to be successful. And they bring that energy every single day. So it's just amazing. You guys should really check it out if you have the chance. And then, of course, the trainings. I mean, you can't say good enough things about Claire, Francesca, the entire client services team on and being able to take people to the next level. Even Nick, when he was talking at the very beginning, was talking about the resources that we have here make a difference, right? They make a huge difference for everybody. So just please take advantage of everything that we're providing. It's already there available for you. We just want to see you guys succeed in any way that we can. And then
End of the day, this is marketing and sales, and we can all improve next month when it comes to sales. That is just that we can always be better. And so at the end of the day, I think that all pushing each other to be better, and especially in these groups like Money Mondays, I would definitely recommend to sign up for these group sessions if you are in sales mode. There are some phenomenal industry leaders that are in this group that are passing along their information, but we're all problem solving together. And I think it's probably the best way to start off your week for sure is listening to Mark and his team pump you up.
never stop growing. Everyone always thinks they get out of school, but the real success is led through continuously chasing that knowledge, and they're serving it up on a silver platter, guys. All right, Quinn, do you have some tips for us on install competition?
Yes. So there's always many methods when it comes to building host locations, but I know that there are going to be a lot of people who have their foundation of their host network built that are entering this competition, and there are going to be a lot of new dealers who are building this, who are going to be doing this competition. And I will say that they're on an even playing field. I think that overall, there are definitely some tips and tricks when it comes to maximizing each host conversation and other than the ones I'm going to list out here, we would love to sit down with you and strategize on where to grow to, where is going to be the best places to grow. What industries should we go into? What type of traffic are we looking for? If you'd like to expand on strategizing that building your host network, please contact client services. But a huge tip that I have is targeting chain locations and multi-site operators. So, like as an example, even Ace Hardware. Out here in Colorado, the Ace Hardwares, they meet on a monthly basis. They're all very close to one another. And so if I can get some type of introduction from one Ace Hardware to the rest of those Ace Hardwares, or even one of those Ace Hardwares owns multiple locations, I have the ability to really hit multiple birds with one stone. And the same goes with these chain locations. Each one of us has some type of local chain locations that may be only in our particular area. As an example, we have a lot of locally owned pizza shops out here that have 5 locations or 8 locations or retail facilities, and they all have the same owner. These are great places to target, as again, you can get multiple locations with just one decision maker. Another is, oh, were you going to say something, Sean?
No, no,
Oh,
please.
okay. Sorry. Then we have the capitalizing on summer foot traffic as well. So, of course, we're going to see a huge increase in foot traffic in general along a lot of our recreational and more event-based locations. They're going to be bustling this summer. And so it's a great place to target for your hosts. And then also identifying organic growth opportunities, not just with bundles and who are host locations of mine right now that I can sell DMS services to, but also who are hosts of mine right now that I could probably benefit from placing another screen within. That's going to help you with your organic growth overall, and you already have that relationship. So if you have that really busy recreational facility or really busy bar, and there's only one screen, but multiple rooms that are bustling, I would have a recommendation of maybe putting another location in here and talking to them about digital marketing services. That is, again, hitting multiple birds with one stone. And then referrals and words of mouth, of course. If you are not asking your current client base, your current host locations, and your current relationships on the people that they may know, you are really missing out. Um, I find that a lot of people don't work off of their referral base as well as they can, but the truth is, your inner circle already likes, knows, and trusts you. And if you can work off of their inner circles, that's really going to expand the people that you're going to be able to reach. But overall, instead of just asking, do you know anybody who'd like to advertise with me this summer? I prefer to think of what types of industries are they really familiar with and do they for sure know? Almost everybody has a real estate agent, but even specifically, you can go to one of your, let's say it is a real estate agent that is one of your best friends, and you can ask, I am looking for a roofer this month. Do you know any roofers who you could potentially introduce me to? Instead of them drawing a blank and saying, oh, I don't know, I'll let you know if anybody wants to advertise, they're going to be specifically thinking of roofers that they know that they can make that introduction to. So I really like to ask about be specific when asking for referrals as well. I'll even mention, hey, we both have this common connection on LinkedIn. How close are you to them? Because if that's somebody that I'm really going for, if I can get an introduction from my friend, that is going to be a much warmer intro from me to that client. And then my last tip is going to be to exploiting limited time offers. If you can create bundles, I know that Claire and Francesca particularly are working on DMS bundles and seasonal bundles. We have some in client services that you can use as well. But if you go out there with a summer offer or a spring offer and put a limited time on it, that's going to naturally build more urgency in your sale and get people to buy right then and there from you. Again, these are just a couple of tips. We can talk about tips and going after host locations all day long. And so again, if you'd like to strategize about more ways to go and get hosts and maximize your host conversations this summer, please email client services. We'd be happy to help.
God, Quinn, you've got me so excited. And I
Mhm.
know everything you said there is a catalyst for what we see the successful people do, right? And this is just a small little introduction into these one-on-one sales trainings, these pieces of knowledge that they can share with you as you're going through your journey. If you ever just are feeling like a refresher and you've been a little bit out of it, there's always something new that we've come up with, something that we've seen be successful that we want to share. So even if you've been around for a while, please take advantage of client services training. If you're getting new, obviously you already know you're getting trainings every week, you're getting into these things, but always feel free to take advantage of these because I know, some of our largest amount of locations are coming from multi-chain locations. I mean, that's an unbelievable tidbit to share in there where I've seen people get 40 locations just like that because they got some sort of a medical clinic, they got a chain, they got something, and it just skyrockets you into that area as well. Those word of mouth. I mean, some of the most successful dealers I've seen, they never fail to ask for that referral. Just never fails. Every time they get up there, they find that moment where they're happy. They get their new ad. They get to seeing there you're standing up in their business and just saying, no, I know you know a couple of other owners in this area. Would you be open to introducing me so that I can get your ads inside of their location as well? Quinn, yes.
Just wanted to add one last thing. These bundles and the multi-locations. Um, the record that I had set in the field when I was personally going out was 15 host location and GBP bundles in 1 month. And that came from 3 clients. I had 3 decision makers I had to get in touch with to have 15 GBP plus host location bundles. I grew my network and my revenue by a lot in just 1 month. $150 profit doesn't sound like a ton. Multiply that by 16. That feels really good.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about free growth right there, that sticks, that continues to go. It's so interesting that people have been cross-trained in this area so much in this company. You've got directors of sales that are over here now and all over the place, so everyone gets a chance. We even send out everyone on this team out with Mark and with Quinn out in the field so that they can get a taste for it as well, because we want to speak from a place of authority rather than ignorance. And we're all out here doing everything we can. We're on the phones, listening to success stories, finding ways that we can maximize every person. And sometimes there'll be a dealer who just stumbles across a type of conversation, just a different perspective, a different way to approach that we want to share with everybody. So please take advantage of this. It's been unbelievable to see what the client services team, the sales team has put together for these trainings, these groups, these areas. It's unbelievable to see the growth that's coming out of it. I mean, we follow up with the people that are a part of these and hear how did this affect you out there and how can we tweak this further. It's our obsession. So thank you, Quinn. We're so excited to see people sign up and continue their growth journey with you guys as well. Mark Mooms.
Yeah, let's go. No, I'm excited about the DMS bundle. As always, the Denver network, what we do is we test it out in the field. We make sure, hey, we can sell it. It's what people are looking for, what they want, and coming up with different tips and tricks on actually how to sell that, right? And how to help other people. Before I kind of go into this, I want to see who has sold a bundle. Just raise your hand on your, I guess, video call. If you've sold a bundle this last kind of quarter.
Brian's camera moves with him. I'm gonna have to figure out how you do that.
All right, let's
Brian,
go. Let's see. Yeah, Mark Porter. There we go. I know you've been selling it. Who else? Brian Alberts. I know you did. Brian Gleva. Yeah, I love it.
Levi, we got a whole bunch.
Yeah. Nick,
Nick,
let's
of
go.
course.
Yeah.
Be
No,
tough for you to win all
it's
these
really a game
competitions
changer,
without
and
it.
I think really mixing it in with just everything, right, really can make a difference. And it's who we are that what we really stand out with, right? There's 1,000 different marketing companies out there. How are we different? How do we stand out? It's one, ourselves, but then it's also our indoor digital billboards. Branding is huge. So there's kind of 2 ways that you can go into it. You can either lead with those billboards first of, hey, yep, I'm going to make an amazing ad for you. I'm going to play it on these 10 locations. And also with that, what I'd like to do is help make sure that once they see that ad, they're going to go to Google first, type in, hey, restaurants near me. Maybe they forgot about your exact company name, or maybe they forgot exactly who you are. But once they see that, once they type in that search term, now they see that logo, now they see that name. Oh, I remember those guys. Now I'm going to check them out. Right. Or it's leading with that DMS first. Hey, yep, what we do is we're going to increase your traffic. We're going to be able to increase your call traffic, your website clicks, your call clicks, all of that. But how we're going to be able to do that is I'm going to make a really amazing ad. I'm going to tell your story. right? I'm going to be able to envision what your company is. Today's day and age, people are not buying from big companies anymore. They're buying from people. They want to help support local. So how do companies stand out these days? It's by having more of that authenticity and more of that local feel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a 30-second ad that's going to showcase exactly who you are, tell your story, show your services, and show how different you are and how you support these local. And I'm going to make it in that specific area that you want to grow in, right? Biggest thing, there's kind of two ways with that too, is longer contract. We had Don Dare on a couple of webinars ago, and he went, well, I'll give you the Google Business Profile for free for $500 if you sign a 6 month contract, if you sign a year contract. So you can do that too to get those long-term clients, right? Those sticky clients. The kind of with that too is synergy. If we're going with social media and we're showcasing that amazing ad on there, well, what do we want to talk about? We want to make sure that that ad that people are seeing every single day out in the field, in that gym, in that restaurant, that matches your tone, that matches your brand when they go on your social media. So we can come up with different campaigns based on what you're doing. Right. So if you're a roofer and you want to be up 30 minutes north and we're doing your Google business profile, well, we're going to talk about those areas that are in that 30 minutes north territory. Well, then on those billboards, what we're going to do as well is I'm not going to just play those down here. I'm going to make sure that that ad is playing in that territory. So we're constantly talking to them. And then the next quarter, what we can do is you want to go, let's say 20 miles west. Okay, let's take that ad and move it to those locations that I have over there. So with that, we can get really dialed in with those kind of campaigns on making sure it's synergy. And that's an easy way to upsell them on that too. The last thing, or another one, would be that factor of how are we different? Think about it. How, if I'm new to your brand, why would I click on you? Why would I buy from you? I don't know you. I don't know what you do. I've never heard of you. So if I see you on that pay per click or I see you on that social media advertising, why would I check out? Maybe I'll go look at it. Maybe I'll go look at your website, but I'm probably not going to buy. But if I've seen your ad in my area, you're saturating that, you're building just that top of mind awareness with me, and it's over and over and over again. Now, when I go in roofing near me, I see your company, I see that name, I see that logo. Hey, I've seen that. I've seen that before. There's that familiarity, right? They're more likely to buy because they know your brand. They've seen that story, they've seen the emotion. Now, with that too, now it's the upsell potential. Okay, I've already built out amazing app. They like it, they love it. How easy is it to get them on 5 more screens? Hey, for only $150 more, you'll be able to really dominate this area. Okay, hey, for $500 more, I'll be able to. They've already liked the ad. They see that metric coming in. The next biggest part with this too, that's not on here, is data. The hardest thing with those billboards is people want that true ROI data. Hey, what is it really bringing in for me? What's the ROI? What am I getting out of this money? Well, now with you putting it with these DMS services like Google Business Profile, hey, you know what? We're able to go over every single quarter just how much I was able to increase your foot traffic, just how much I was able to increase your call clicks. Same thing with social media. I'm able to get a better boost for that profile because of those billboards. Same thing with that pay-per-click, right? Same thing for that website. So it all ties in. We're doing a great job at selling this right now. We had a Google Business Profile, pay-per-click, and screen sale today. And then yesterday we had a nice little social media sale. So it's working. It's easy. Client Services has a ton of, I'd say, knowledge for this to train you to make sure you're talking about this better, but it really is affecting all campaigns, and that's how we're different. Every other marketing company can do Google Business Profile, can do pay-per-click, can do social media advertising. We're different because we're going to nonstop brand your campaign in that area, saturate that area, make sure it's top of mind, where now they're familiar with your brand, and it's cheaper than any other medium out there.
Right, Mark. Well, I appreciate it. We want the tips and tricks, right? And this is just going to be part of these workshops and these areas. We want to get sales focused, and it's just a small snippet of Money Mondays. and you're talking to people that are out here doing it on a regular basis and bringing other dealers together who are out here constantly doing it, learning from each other, growing from each other. And Mark, I mean, you guys have been dominating the social media bundle recently here with the screens, and it's been great to see, like you said, that synergy, right? You're going to design an ad with a specific call to action to say, hey, follow my profiles here. Here's my handles, increasing that. The same way with the website, same thing with the GBP, same thing with all of it. It's about how they play together and telling that story. Stories sell, right? People want to feel the emotion. They want to understand how it's going to work for them. And you've been able to design a screen ad says follow me on these areas, and then that pairs in perfectly with that new bundle area that you've been selling with the social media, where you've partnered with the videographer. You're going out there, you're getting high quality content that is changing the game, and you've just been hitting home run after home run with that. I say as a joke because you literally just signed up a batting place. But you're doing
Exactly.
fantastic with all of that. And I always want to thank you for, including me on a lot of these so that I can practice and hone this craft as well, understanding and seeing it firsthand how we can maneuver and kind of play through these conversations in ways that we can best provide these services to the community. So I always appreciate you including me as well.
Yeah. And with that too, right? If you're hesitant on getting a videographer, if you're hesitant on doing that, really talk to the team. Because of that videographer, because of the work that they did, we were able to upsell for an OTT campaign for the next 3 months with that client as well. Because they liked the photos, they liked the videos, they trusted us. Now they want to really let everybody know, but it's with that OTT. So there's a lot of potential with getting a really, really amazing content creator for just those upsells right here and there.
Yeah, and now we've got a full strategy team here to support you as well, as we were talking about in that bundle before. If you guys haven't seen that webinar, check it out. But essentially, we will work with that videographer, that photographer, to give them the strategy, the shot list, everything that they need, so that you guys are hands free. You basically just have the relationship. You guys work it out. We've got contracts. We've got everything that you need to work with them, and then we will sit down with them and say, this is exactly the vibe. This is exactly the shots. This is how we can produce a real strategy with bottom to end there. I mean, all the way across the board. So that's been an amazing game changer for you, Mark.
Oh yeah. No, thank you to the team too. I mean, Olivia and Haley are working their butts off for that social media and really getting that up and running. I have to do no work, and it's a nice little paycheck. So love it.
Everybody wants money without having to do as much work, right? That's the name
Oh
of
yeah.
the game. Spends more time out in the field, more into the ways that you can build your business, and that's what we're here for. So, going back into the first ever workshop will be hosted next week. We're going to be going over website bundles and local service pages, a little bit of a tidbit there on bundles and how you can maximize every website to not only sell the website, but have a continual customer and a partnership with them as well on how you can improve that website over time in a real way that can drive more leads, drive more traffic. We're going to be deep diving into some pretty heavy topics on that one as well. So stay tuned for next week on that one. That'll be the first ever workshop. I'm very excited to unveil the changes that we're going to be making to this structure to continuously find new ways to provide you guys value. Yes, Quinn.
Just a reminder, Sean, when are the webinars going to be moving forward?
So it is the first Thursday of every month and the third Thursday of every month. So we're just going to have breaks in between that we're going to be sending out other content for you guys to consume. But we want to make sure that we maximize the value of everybody's time spending it with us and getting involved, especially since we have Money Mondays and all these other groups as well. And we really want to go into some deep dive into these products. All right. Well, we're excited about that, everybody. It'll be same time, same place next week as well for that on the workshops. We're really excited to share everything with you guys. And that leads us to our question and answer section. I'm sure we have quite a few of those with everything. I saw the chat blowing up on the side. Can't always see both at the same time, but I try. I'm getting a little cross-eyed. But let's open it up to the floor. Does anybody have any questions about all of this? I'm always
I don't
torn.
have a question.
No
I have
crazy
a
questions. There we
comment
go.
real quick.
Of
Um,
course.
I love our competitions tremendously. Reason that I love them is because I like watching what happens to all the other dealers, man. So I'm not going to sell anybody out. I love what happened today. I had somebody call me and ask, hey, y'all are announcing a competition today. Is that going to be based on hosts or not? And I pled the fifth, right? I'm not going to say one way or the other. But let's just say, and you know who you are listening, I love this so much that maybe some hosts are getting submitted tomorrow because somebody's thinking ahead. I love it, dude. So yes, the competition level, the excitement that happens when we just, like I don't care how many hosts I put up, I just want to be first. Everybody's lucky I'm not playing.
The energy is amazing. It's palpable. I love it. And Mark Porter, I believe your hand's raised. The big shiny white background one.
Sean, I would hate to disappoint you and not have my background up.
I can always find you immediately. I'm like, oh, Mark joined.
Okay, so just to make sure that and just so that I'm clear on bundles and what that
Yes.
means. So if I've got a current GBP client and they add on social media management, is that a bundle that qualifies for?
So that one we were trying to be really careful because we wanted to be fair as possible. And there are people who have an extensive amount of DMS clients already that could potentially just add some screens on there without,
So what I
without the
yeah,
advantage.
they
So yeah,
they
go ahead.
they have GBP and I'm adding on social media management. I've got one DMS and I'm adding another DMS.
So for that, they would have to be coupled with at least 7,500 ad plays, and that would be the pairing. So it would be the social media and then add 7,500 ad plays for the screens. So like you can't bundle the DMS with a DMS.
There has to be screens
there
involved.
has to be screens involved with the social media. So you're going to add them for social media. Just add another 7,500 ad plays to that bundle, and now it's a social media screen bundle.
Okay. And then the website bundle, so all of the bundles it's all about bundled with screens. So the website
Correct.
is they buy a website and your landing screens. Doesn't
Yes.
matter
So
about any other DMS product, doesn't matter about website management, anything like that.
Yes, it's all about bundling the screens with the DMS products. So like when they get the website, the one that we're going over next week, and we've got materials and everything we're going to be unveiling next week as well for the website bundle is you've sold the website. Now let's get them on screens as well as the management, as well as these local service area pages we're going to be going into next week that have helped some of our clients kind of dominate their local searches because they're taking their service pages, individualizing them and then also combining that with a page that's specific to their area that speaks to Google's algorithm so that someone says, hey, I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I'm looking for this service, and you combine that with that page. So that's the bundle we're going to be unveiling next week as well, but it includes screens. So it's all about now you've got a website. How are we going to get people to find out about your website? Let's increase the traffic. Screens.
Okay.
Is
And
it
that
7,500 plays or 75,000 plays?
7,500.
Oh, all
We
right.
want to make it achievable for everybody.
All right. Just double checking.
So those are great questions, though, everybody across the board. It's 7,500, so 7,500 ad plays, which is the equivalent of some people's networks around 5 screens or so, just depending on that. And of course, you're welcome to give more, however you want to structure your bundles. And there's a lot of materials that we have that are very editable. So you can sit down with Claire, Francesca, create that bundle package of exactly what you feel fits your network best.
And the reason why I just want to touch on this too, real quick. The reason why you lead with, "Hey, I'm 7,500 ad plays," or you're going to be in front. I'm going to show your ad in front of 30,000 people a month. The reason why you want to lead with that is because it seems like a lot, right? If I just go, "Hey, Sean, I'm going to add you on 5 locations," there's not a lot of emotion and energy with that. So when I'm always doing those bundles, I'm always going with, "I'm going to put your ad. I'm going to make this amazing ad, tell your story, blah blah blah." But it's going to be in front of 30,000 people every single month. They love that. They latch on to that. That really hits home with them.
Perfect. All right. And very good questions. Thank you so much. We always appreciate just clarifying these points. The whole point of the bundle is the screen and DMS playing together, because we found that that is the stickiest thing that we can combine and maximizes your differentiating factor. It's the thing that makes it to where we all know somebody's mother, cousin, brother, whoever who can run a social media page, right? There's people out there offering GBP services. We may come in at a lower price. We may feel that our value is higher, but the differentiator factor is always that you guys have a network of indoor digital billboards. Retail television is exploding right now. It is just crossed the threshold of being more powerful than cable and regular television advertising. So we know that this is the future. This is the thing that is going to differentiate you from anyone else offering these DMS services. Yes, Quinn?
Who's first? I think there was a
Okay,
couple people
Ron
first, so
first.
they can go first, then you can come to me.
All right. Two things real quick. One, I want to make a point on these bundles. Yes, we can add screens to DMS services, but everybody understand from like put your business owner hat on, take the competition hat off for a minute. The reason that we're doing this is not only because they work hand in hand extremely well together. It's also because we all have a balance sheet that's very important to us. And do this not just in a way, don't get weak. Don't weaken yourself just by going, oh, you're getting social media? Let me throw some ads in there too for you. This is done to increase your revenue. Yes, you can have a GBP package for $350. And yes, I could throw some ads on top. And yes, I could hurt myself more than I realize. Or I can sell you this local search, SEO, this local SEO package for $500. And this is what it is. And you are getting 15,000 ad plays for this or whatever but I'm getting an extra $150 in profit in my bundles. So take this opportunity to get yourself in that moment time and time and time again. And if you need any help on that moment, I personally think that this is the most taken for granted moment in sales, period. Everybody is so worried about getting to the yes, and then we get to the yes and we just close the deal. Getting to the yes is great, but now that you agreed to dance, let's dance. I'm not just asking you to dance to go home and say, they said yes, I could dance, right? You said yes, now we're going to dance. We're going to tango, we're going to salsa, we're going to break dance. I don't give a damn what we got to do. We're walking away, not leaving anything on the table. If you do this right, they'll never walk away. I've never ordered, remember 2 weeks ago when I talked about the value meals, I've never ordered a value meal. And if I said, well, when they asked me to biggie size it, I never walked away. Oh, screw you. I'm not buying you wanted me to pay a little bit more. No. I've already committed. And then we
Ron,
can figure out how to maximize
you know
money.
the powerful part of these bundles firsthand with all of this. I mean, you've got GBP clients since 2020. I don't even know anymore. Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, you're skewing my numbers here sometimes. I'm like, Jesus, he holds on to these clients for forever, and that's what it's all about, right? It's about maximizing the value and the help that you're contributing to these businesses. But you're a business owner, right? Let's make money. Let's help us too. Let's make sure that we're maximizing the value of every relationship we have. And it's so much fun when you get into these flows. I'm seeing dealers who just started a couple months ago who are just selling these bundles like crazy. It's easy once you get into that flow and you feel confident about the value you're bringing to the table. I mean, me and Mark were going over the other day. There's no one who said no to this GBP bundle so far for us because we build that value so high with the screens. We build the value of what we're doing for the GBP, and then we come in and you're like, oh, it's only $500 a month. It's only $550 a month, and they're just
You know what
blown
I
away.
call it,
They're
man?
like, this is unbelievable.
It makes so much sense. Like if you present this the right way, it makes so much sense that it leaves them in my favorite moment where they can only say no if they're cheap or stupid.
Ron, the other day,
like there's no other way to say no to this, man.
No, the other day they did try. They tried. They left our office without a confirmed no because they wanted to talk about it, and they called us on the way home and they signed up in the car. So
Right.
that's the farthest we've made it. We almost thought we lost our 100% streak there. Quinn, yes, you have your
Well,
hand
let me
raised.
ask my one clarifying question here at the end. When you mentioned multi-locations and installing multiple screens in one location, you mentioned if you have more than one screen. So I just want to clarify, are you talking screens or are you talking actual pies? Because if I
Talking
install
pies.
Mm.
one
Actual
pie,
pies.
split.
Yes,
There
pies.
we go.
Yes,
I want to
pies.
clarify
That was
that.
very good, Ron. Yes, thank you for that one. It is pies. It is installing those and getting them going. Yes, Quinn.
I am actually raising my hand on behalf of two others. So, Vince from Oz Digital had a question, so I wanted to call on Vince, and then Jeff Dewey next. So, go
All
ahead,
right.
Vince.
Hi guys, hi Queen.
So good to
Hey,
see you. How are
good to,
you?
fine, thank you. Good to see everybody. Great job, guys. My question is simple and straightforward. So, when I have a potential DMS client out of my service area, my territory, how can I, incorporate my billboards, into a package for him? How do I bundle that? Because I
Mm.
might have a client in San Diego who wants to do DMS services and I don't have my physical location in San Diego. So how do I now put that together for them as a bundle?
Yeah, that one's going to be more of a difficult one, right? You got to
Hmm.
play within your zones in that area. So that's going to be a DMS sale, which everybody loves money, right? It's still a win all the way around. It just probably won't be as advantageous for that client to use your actual billboard network if that is your specific situation. But that's a great question as well. Gosh, you
Or
guys are
you could
coming
be
in
really convincing that your
just
screens are good.
really convincing. You just are like, listen, it's a travel agency, right? It doesn't matter.
Yes, yes,
However,
yes.
there can be multiple DMS services to bundle together for this one client, even if we can't bundle in the indoor billboards. So, regardless, there is a capability of making it a bundle just by consulting them and seeing what their needs are.
Yes. So still
Okay,
bundle, just doesn't apply to this competition in this moment.
Without
okay.
Uh,
the screen.
Thank you.
yeah, of course. And then who was next, Quinn?
Jeff had his hand up as
Jeff,
well.
we get to end with the first place prize coming in closing us off here.
I don't know if it's a first place prize or anything. I know I'm not pretty enough to be that prize, but I do want to say a few things to everybody. And this was I'm surprised I was even going to get to talk, but I do want to say something. I worked with 5 dealers already this year, and these dealers are doing things that not too many dealers have done. And it's because of these bundles and the thought process that we have with these bundles. And it's the way I actually teach now when I'm out in the field. I think all you guys that I have worked with can say this as well. It's the bundles bring in a different ballgame. It really does. It helps everything that we do. So really start wrapping your head around that. Also, I want you to know I'm free in April and also in May. If you guys want to start stacking this thing, get me out there. You're going to have to pay for me to come out there again, hopefully, because I can help you. But I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't try to at least sell me a little bit while I have all you guys on here.
That is rare, Jeff. That is extremely rare. You're usually, I mean, we don't even get to see you for most of the year, which is a shame. Yeah, I mean, if you're heading out there, that's kind of a cheat code there. So, of course, thank you, Jeff. We're so excited to give you away with your basket of pies all over the country. Just let us know, anybody else, if you guys have any questions. I believe that answers all of the questions that were asked. I believe that's everybody that's raised their hand. So once again, focus on the opportunities that you have here for training, for growth, for getting the right mindset, for taking advantage of these groups, for taking advantage of all these resources that you have. So many people are dedicating their time to help you guys improve in any way that we possibly can. And this is an unbelievable opportunity, especially heading into the spring and the summertime where we know things start to get really busy, especially some of y'all that are in these beach towns and these tourist areas. It's just a no brainer as we get into these areas that growth will fulfill itself. We are about 8 minutes over, but Quinn, yes?
Just wanted to leave everybody with one last thing, which is to set a bundle goal for yourself this month. We are at the end of the first quarter. We're going into the second quarter. If you have already sold a bundle, set a goal of selling two this month. If you haven't sold any, your goal of at least having one bundle this month. If you've sold three in the past, set four. I mean, this is a competition, so sell as many as you can. However, set a goal. The truth is, if we keep goals in front of ourselves, it's going to push us a little harder every single day. So I know if I was in the field this week, I would write on my mirror two bundles and I would look at it every morning. So again, like set a goal and make it happen.
One
Oh,
thing too,
well,
Quinn, if you don't want to set a goal to just those bundles, do it for conversations, right? How many conversations are you going to have out in the field? How can you go out and get 100 conversations? What does that look like? Okay, I need 20 on Monday. I need 30 on Tuesday, and kind of go that way. Because that way, hey, sales is just a numbers game. If you can keep up your conversations, those bundles will come, right?
without goals, you're just wandering around aimless. And I know Ron's got his hand raised so that he can 10x this conversation.
Yes, one last thing here. Well, first of all, I tried actually the reverse thing where you set your goal to chase down the no's for the day, right? Turn your no's into positives. The only problem is I can never hit my goal. Just kidding. No, but Sean, you actually
Ron,
made a
no.
great you, you made a great point when you talked about the revenue and the time of year and this, that, and the other. For those of you that might be a little newer at this, I've tracked my revenue very intensively year after year after year, and there's definitely trends, and the trend is from mid-March until the holidays, it is gangbusters. So hopefully you've already got your pipeline started. If not, get started yesterday. This is the absolute moment in time of the year to just like really stack up your hosts, really stack up your advertisers, get way ahead of any year-end attrition, things like that. And this is the time. This is our Black Friday for the next 6 months, basically.
All
So let's get
right.
it.
All right. Well, I cannot tell you how pumped we are. We have been pumped up for this for weeks. We're so excited to get this out for everybody. Thank you all for joining today. It just means the world to us when you come and join on these. It feeds our energy. It feeds our ambitions to keep these going and to give you guys this value. If you ever have any suggestions or anything that you'd like as topics, we always want to hear it. But that wraps it up for the day. And thank you guys so much. You guys have a wonderful day and happy hunting.
Good
Right.
night.
I'll be out there soon. We're gonna do
Thanks,
it.
Tom.
Go get them, everyone.